Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I'm back in again today to talk about the death of O.J. Simpson. I did see earlier today that he passed away from complications from cancer. And y'all, I saw this earlier today. And to be honest, I am one of the people that believed he did what he was accused of doing. So with that said, when I noted that he had passed, I didn't have anything to say. Now, I've been out on social media and I've been seeing the back and forth with people saying he's still human, he had a family, he had loved ones, all of that. I do agree. However, I think back to when I watched the trial and my opinion of it. I think back to the victims, the family of Ron Goldman and the family of Nicole Brown. For me, because I believe that he was guilty of what he was accused of, on the day that he passed, it was his judgment day, if he was guilty. It was the day that he was going to reach the gates or wherever we go, and God was going to speak to him about his life. And I will say, trying to be Christian, that I hope God has mercy on him. Because when I think back to the way those two individuals were murdered, Ron and Nicole, it was horrible. Remember, they were stabbed to death. So on this one, I can't, I can't really expand too far because you don't want to speak ill of the dead. You don't want to do that because you don't want to doom your own soul. The only thing that I can say is I've been taught that on the day that we pass, it's our judgment day, and it's our time of reckoning with God to answer for some of the things that we did or didn't do in our lives. And sadly for him, that day has come. Now, I did see where what Caitlyn Jenner, aka Bruce Jenner, had a negative response to his passing. I'm not gonna go that far. Like I said, I don't want to doom my soul speaking ill of someone else. But when you think about the pain, if he's guilty of what he's accused of, if you think about the pain that those two families went through when their loved ones were murdered and the way that they were murdered. See, it's one thing to find out that your loved one has passed. That's hard enough. I just lost my brother here in November, and I'm still dealing with grief. I believe that my grief has just begun. But when your loved one was taken from you in such a violent way, what happens is your mind just goes to everything. It goes to imagining everything that they went through and the pain that they suffered and the fear that was, inside of them in their last moments of life. They saw the face of the person who was murdering them. They saw it. And when I think of it that way, I apologize, but I think he's guilty or was guilty. So the only thing that, like I said, I can say is, Lord, have mercy on his soul. Because one thing we know in the Ten Commandments, it says, thou shalt not kill. I think back to watching that trial and how when the verdict was given, Everyone who I was with, we were just standing there with our mouths hanging open because we paid attention. We had discussions during that time. We watched the trial every day. I mean, it was on television, and we went through it just like those jurors did. And we just came away with, it wasn't his son, it wasn't anyone else, it was him. What reason would anyone else have to do what was done to those two people? You know, it was so much surrounding that trial. Now, what I will say, on a positive note, is I am sorry for his children. I am sorry for anyone who loves him, his friends. I am sorry for them. But unfortunately, I cannot be sorry for someone. I cannot feel sympathy for someone who I believe murdered two individuals. And with that, as always, thanks for watching my video. Tell me what you think down in the comments. You guys have a great evening. Bye bye now.